Last night I had a sugar glider get caught here on a door that's been zip tied in a flight cage. If you look down here at the bottom, let's get that in focus, you can see it's tied as it can go with a zip tie, and up here it's as tight as it can go, but there's still a little gap in between these doors. So what happened was I had a glider climbing on the bars here, and he slipped down and he got a couple of toes stuck down in here where I've got this Q-tip stick. And at that point, he was stuck pretty fast, and he could not free himself. I had to get in there, help him out. Thankfully, we didn't have any injured toes, but had I not been right there and trying to help free him, we might have had a problem. So I'm going to show you guys a way that we can do our doors on flight cages a little bit differently so that we eliminate this problem. It's actually inspired by how I close my cage here, which I've got these little clips like you'd have on a dog leash. And this way the door has some movement, so if they did get caught in here or on one of these edges and they start wiggling around, they can still get this loose enough, and it's got enough movement in all directions, they can still get themselves free. Alright, so I'm going to start here by simply cutting off my old zip ties, which is made a little more complicated by this little bugger that thinks he's going to get treats. Jack, one. That's right, now right here. And I find wire cutters is the most effective way to remove these little pieces. Let's get this one up here on the top. Alright, so now this door moves freely, which you can see would be a hazard because that little monkey would escape, of course. He's good at that sort of thing. You're not going to let me cable tie your cage right now, are you? Huh? You are such a little troublemaker. So what I'm going to do is just put this cable tie through here like I would normally. But I think I'm going to have to set down the camera for that because I don't have a tripod for this one. Alright, so now I've got some zip ties started on here. They're still quite loose. As you can see, the door still moves quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is take a little piece of plastic, put this in here, the amount that I want the door to be able to open and close. And now... Jack, come on. Come on, Trouble. Is tighten these down so that the door can only move enough to have this little piece of plastic in there, which I think he's going to just hold that for me right now. Jack, can I please have this stick? Come on, buddy. Let me have the stick back. Let me have the stick back. Hey. Let me have the stick back. Let me have the stick back, Trouble. I'm gonna blow in there. Alright, wow. Alright, you don't want me to blow in the straw. Take that away. Alright, so now that I've taken the little spacer stick out, as you can see, the door still opens and closes a little bit, but not enough that even if it's tilted, this is still small enough we can't get a glider through here. Even a little baby head's not going to end up getting stuck. So, all I'm going to do now is trim these short, and if need be, shave the edge with a knife blade so I don't have any sharp edges. I prefer to do that instead of sanding because when you sand plastic, you create a really fine texture in it, those little grooves, and that is going to harbor bacteria. And as you can see, they make all kinds of a mess on the cage bars all the time for me to clean up. So, we're going to try and eliminate any areas that could grow bacteria like that by shaving it with a knife instead. Alright, I'm going to start out just with my normal clippers here to remove that chunk. Oh, I hear you crankies in the cage below. I hear ya. We'll do that one in a minute. Alright, so... now, these are really good clippers. I don't actually need to shave it. This is really smooth here, and that's not gonna cut anybody up. So, that one's done. This one just needs a quick clip as soon as I get it unsnarled in there. And then this door will now be safe, and we can't get stuck in it anymore. Even if we slide down the bars and get a toe caught in here, as soon as we pull up to try and get loose, it's gonna give us the play we need to free ourselves, so nobody's gonna get hurt in these doors anymore. So be aware of that when you are zip tying your flight cage doors to make sure they still have a little bit of movement so nobody gets stuck. That's all, guys.